If you find yourself getting stuck on static equilibrium or net torque problems, here's what you should always do first. The first thing that you should do for any physics problem is to draw some kind of visual representation. In this case, that should be a force diagram, because a force diagram will tell you where each force acts and allow you to choose a pivot point that you can then use to write a net torque or net force equation. So first, you want to represent the object as usually a long, thin rectangle. That will allow you to show where forces act on the object without showing them acting on, like almost on top of each other like you would for a point-like object. The first force then that you want to draw is the gravitational force, and that acts at the center of mass, which is usually just at the geometric center of that object. After you draw the gravitational force, you can move on to draw any other force acting on the object, but again, make sure that you're drawing those forces acting at the particular location on the object where they act, because the location of the force relative to the location of the pivot point is really important for rotational motion problems. And don't forget any normal forces or friction forces, because those are just ones that are easy to forget because you're a little bit more focused on forces exerted by other objects. So always start with a visual representation, make that force diagram, because that is what is going to connect you to the equation that you can then use to solve your problem.